Hello everyone. I'm level 36 and welcome back to Foundry. In this episode, we will get our automated power online and continue building out our automation to...
Ignium ore scanning.
Oh, thanks Carl.
That'll come
Thanks
in
for letting me
handy.
know and
Ignium
letting me
is an
finish
ore
my
that is highly
intro.
flammable and can be used for automated
You
power
smug
generation.
bastard.
Research the burner generator to utilize it. Ignium is buried beneath the ground. Use the scanner and your drill to find it.
Hey, yeah, we'll get there. Right. Start research on the burner generator. We've got some resources in there, and additionally, we need some more miners. So yeah, we're back in Foundry here, continuing work on my automation empire. Smelting all of our plates, getting our automated research done. Let's see what we've got. 15. Great. Good. Before we can really build anything else, though, we definitely do need that automatic power. So we are kind of running out of energy. So let's see. Scanner. Ferrite, technium, ignium. Oh, it's not too far away. That's good. Let's see. One corner is going to be here. I think I'm gonna... This is the size of the plot we've got to excavate. That's a pretty mushroom. To get our ignium mine established. This is like a little pretty mushroom forest. Very cute. Wonder if they will ever add like a pollution mechanic to the game where the more you produce, the more dirty the surface gets. Myself a nice little spot to build from. Let's see. I need some more resources. Alright, let's head back to the main station. Alright, now we got a nice little bridge all the way over. We'll connect our power up as well with the spots. Need to find some more ore patches eventually as well, because we don't want to run out. Just one. That's not gonna last very long. Like, absolutely no spare plates. Less than ideal. Disable that for a second. Let some plates build up. We can make some more things. Still research for a little while longer. I do appreciate that it sends power straight through the foundation, so you don't need to build separate power lines. It's convenient. Dig out this nice little spot for some ignium ore. I hope everyone is having a good day. I am definitely looking forward to seeing what more this game has to offer. Deep is this stuff? Oh, it's right there. Okay, I just couldn't see it yet. I like to expose a good amount of the ore because the closer we can put our mines to the ore and the less distance the mining fish have to travel, the more efficient their travel time will be, meaning we get more ore faster. See now how much. See, if we go one more layer, we'll have most of the top layer exposed. My research still moving? Yep. Still good. Making progress on that. Alright. Yeah, there's a few extra bits, but I think they can dig sideways far enough to get to those. So we'll want to put our fine and little guys probably right about there. So opposite. So let's see how it looks. Can we get, yeah. Looks like we can get just about the whole node in there. So 1, 2. Good. So we can connect it up. We'll need to drill out some space behind.
That's a lot of new technology. The recently
There we
unlocked
go.
burner generator will be crucial to automate energy generation. You can send ignium ore from drone miners right into it. It's also more efficient. Our next task is a big one. It's time to make some profits. According to our corporate strategy document, there is a very simple transport robot design we can make with our limited technology. This transport bot shall be our first product. Yes, I know. We need to get it to the station to sell it. For that, we'll use shipping pads. Spaceships can land there to transport items between the planet and the station. We will need to buy our first spaceship. We still have some thermalite stored on the station, which is the galactic currency. A broken hangar? All right, we'll have to repair it before we can buy a ship. Operator, you know how station upgrades work. Let's go.
Alright. They're telling me to buy a research, or to fix my cargo pad and buy a shipping ship so that we can sell products. But first, we need to fix our power gen, which we should be able to do fairly handily here. With a burner generator, or a few. So we get some more miners. To up our next research. Oops. I want to research splitters, or balancers, which also function as splitters. Then in here, we need to repair our hangar. That is working. How much do you need? 20. You have 9. Yeah, so we'll need some more. That. It is very dark at night. Very, very dark. Plants. Space. There we go. Now, let's get our burner generators. Auto magic power. few more foundations. Some belts. And some loaders. Oh, we don't have any power. Well, throw the last little bit of biomass in there, and it is going away. The drag to build mechanics in this aren't entirely intuitive. Sometimes I feel like it's pretty easy to build further than you intend to. Although I guess most drag to build mechanics on 3D games kind of are a little bit jank. But yeah, now we have automagic power. This should be providing more than enough power for now. We can supply, it looks like... Oh, what does each of you supply? What's our B to inspect? Doesn't tell me. But it looks like we're making, 1.8 megawatts in each. So that should be plenty of power to run everything for the win. We'll need some more soon, but for now, that'll be good. Ooh, 51 research packs. Alright, very nice. So additionally, I would like to further expand our research setup. Two more assemblers. So we'll have 5 basic research assemblers. Step stool here. So we'll need some more space for that. There we go. So this should be enough research for now. Until we get to Tier 2 research, which we will be doing sooner than later. We've set up our inputs and outputs. We need some more crossover belts. We need some more resources. We've got some plates and rods. I would like to make another 3 research stations. It looks like our space station's just about done with the repairs it's making for the hangar. It also looks like our little bureaucrat bot has something they want to tell us.
We did it! Automated power generation is the backbone of every factory.
Agreed.
Okay, math genius. If it takes 8 small smelters to fill up a conveyor
Yep.
belt, then we'll
we've
build
already
8
done this
for
one.
each metal ore.
Already done there.
You're right. This will provide a good supply of plates and rods. But given the task at hand, Soon, we might have to scale it up even further. For now, let's not get ahead of ourselves and just take a moment to celebrate this victory.
Gonna get ahead of ourselves. Because we will definitely need more plates and rods very soon. We are scaling up rapidly. Or at least I'd like to be. Alright, let's go back to the space station. So we gotta do some more upgrades. We are gonna need some power on the station, which means we need solar panels. And we'll give these a minute to construct. I'll wait on that. Let's deconstruct this. Got a few research servers now. And we're gonna go plunk this down so that it can be fully automated over here. The more labs we put down, the faster research goes. Which will make this much more convenient. Stretch this behind. Tree. Close. Then up next, I'd like to not have to handcraft this stuff no more. Or anymore. Jeez. Brain. I want to be able to fully automatically build entire factories. Eh. We are using our resources to build science packs. Let's put our little buffer in. Store any excess science packs, because it's always good to have more science packs. Let's see, what are we running low on? Ah, yes. It doesn't look like we're running out of anything yet. Let's just drop in some of these. Okay, we'll just drop them all in one. Or actually, let's take those, just drop them right in here, then they'll get distributed automatically across all of the labs. There we go. Won't have to worry about slow research now. So up next on our research, let's look at the whole tree. Got our primary, necessary stuff. We need to research, transport, pod assembly, and shipping, but I'm not super concerned with that right now. Probably be nice to get our character to be able to have a little bit more race slots, and then work on Science Pack 2, which will also need that. So we'll need to research that up next soon, as character improvement is almost done. But while we're waiting for that, we don't want to have to handcraft stuff forever. So let's build a factory that builds factories. So some things to consider is that if we want to make primarily building blocks, conveyor stuff, loaders, I'm less worried about generators. I can kind of handcraft those. I don't need a mass amount of generators, at least right now. Miners are the same way. We're going to need a lot of assemblers, though. Probably a lot of smelters and a lot of logistics containers. I don't actually need any crates. All of this stuff requires machinery parts, and electronic components. So we need to be able to make machine parts and electronic components. Electronic components need technum rods. So essentially, we need a whole bunch of machine parts, a whole bunch of electronics components. So let's just take a look at this. If we dedicate, kind of like we did over here, I don't know why I did this way. This isn't rubber. Big buffoon energy over here. I meant to run this straight, then go into there, because I wanted to build a splitter or few so that we can better control where our stuff is going. World. So now we'll always have plates bypassing these component producers. Not that it's super important over here. An overflow of systems working fine. But as we start to bleed our plate supply dry, because one belt really does not go that far, we'll need it more. Speaking of, let's build a little area over here. So I like having a space that's kind of like a depot or a warehouse for just the stuff that we need. We're going to need a lot of resources. Let's start all these up again. We're not short on power. We can certainly afford it right now. Let's get everything producing away. A few of those. Whole bunch of those. Bunch of those. And even more conveyor belts. But what I was saying is, I like to have a little depot where I can store all of the stuff that I need for building. I just realized we queued all that up, and I was going to put a bunch of containers down. But the first couple of containers of stuff that I will need to store, put right here for now, which will be a plates and rods container. So we're gonna punch a hole right in our plates and rods. Each of these over to here. We need a another one of those. It's going to take a minute to craft all that stuff. It's alright. Let's put that next to it. Alright, while we're waiting for that to build, we'll build our nice little area. So we're going to split off from this main belt here and build bigger factory area. We need some more foundations. Over here. Things. So that is filling that up, and we actually want this to always be filled up first. So before we, because if we don't have extra plates, we can kind of put ourselves in a pickle. So we're just gonna skim some off the top to start, fill up this little container. And then immediately after this, well, I don't have any. Don't got no resources. I need to put some more miners down. Forgot we only put one out here to start. Yeah, this is why I want to have a factory that builds factories, because it takes forever to wait for stuff to build. That's not fun. I do wish there was like a planning mode where I could lay out a line before I start actually putting pieces down. But I guess we can just start putting pieces down. So we're going to have our 2 lines come out this way. So we want 3 assemblers for machine parts. So that's going to need 2 spaces in front and 2 spaces back. Let's leave ourselves some space. And put down, turn this around so you can just kind of look down the aisle. 2 assemblers for wire, and then how much wire is made per second? So 1 rod makes 2 wire coils, which takes 1.5 seconds, and then this takes 1 rod and 2 wire coil, and takes 3 seconds. So essentially, in the time it takes to make 1 of these, so this will consume 2 wire coils every 3 seconds. This will produce 4 wire coils every 3 seconds. So for each coil assembler, we can have 2 electronic component assemblers. So this will make 4 assemblers worth. So we can do 1 more space. 2, 3, 4. That should be enough for now. The thing with the production over here is this is kind of like, you know, our mall, essentially. So we don't need it to be fast. We just need it to consistently be always putting out resources. Get that. Clear out the area a little bit so we can build everything we're going to need to build. There we go. So we have 4 of those. Let's just start configuring these. 2. Rest of those will be wire assemblers. You're all going to be machine part assemblers. Good. There's research going. Let's fix that. For 1. Just for funsies. Now I actually have some more belts. I can finish this up. Slow down. And then we want to prioritize that. So now we're going to fill up our 2 logistics containers before we do anything else. We need more ore because we are running out of technum to make rods. Because we ran out of belts and servers. Loaders. Not servers. More mining fish. There we go. That should provide a fairly consistent line of ore for the smelters. And right here on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Let's just make some spares. We are going to put a buffer. See, we're getting ourselves a little bit more space, then we'll put a buffer in. Right before. This just will smooth out any spikes in production / demand. I put that. That's fine. We'll do some spaghetti to make this all fit. We need to split our resources. Itself just a smidge of space. Nah, that'll be fine. We can always rip it back out. Nothing here is permanent. So this side is plates. So these need to go that way. This side is rods. To take these up. So build a bunch more conveyors. And down. So now, once these are actually full, which they're getting there, we should get these coming down. They'll go through. Actually gonna move these. I know I just said I wasn't going to, but because of future plans, essentially we're gonna need to add another furnace stack above our current furnace stack. So I want to add the buffers on the outside splitter. And now we can put our buffers back in. That should now be fine. Lots of plates and rods being produced. Those are almost full, or well, one's almost full. Let's just queue up some more research. These are pretty quick. Now we need to take this straight down here. Okay. Another splitter in. So rods come down this side, and rods are what fuel that side of the factory. So we'll send this way. As much of that as we have right now. Other research. Chewing through these real quick. Oh. Slope down. So this will now take those respectively down there. Actually gonna just cut out a section right there for 2 more splitters. Some more chests for some buffers going on. Ooh, yay, these are coming through now. They're getting split up, sent through. Some are coming up and going over to the research area. Some are coming over here. Excellent. So let's just three. Oh. Cool. So now we have supplied that basic resources to those. Also need to build out. Find a good amount. These two are going to supply all the way down to here. Output. Add in a buffer. That in the wrong spot. Figure these. And add our outputs on this side, and now we should have, by the looks of it, our resources. Let's add another buffer in. So happy with how easy buffers are to add in this game. See, buffers might be a thing you use if you're not good at this game. But I never claimed to be good at factory games. Just played a lot of them. All right. I'm not going to excavate all this area because that sounds like a royal pain. So we're going to build our next step one layer higher. But now we need another buffer here. We have got electronics components, tectum rods, mechanical components as soon as we start getting some plates through, which we are now. So we have all the makings of all of our bits and bobs of machine parts. Excellent. Most excellent. We also got a big stockpile of extra bits. Making plenty of research packs. Search lights. Looks like our power's doing fine. Alright, let's see. So we go. Next 3. Just for consistency's sake. And now we need some, oops, stair ups. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. So, let's see real quick. What are some other intermediate products that we will need? So for building blocks, we just need plates and rods. For conveyors, we need plates and machine parts. We need conveyors to make conveyor slopes, and we need conveyors to make conveyor balancers. So for this, we'll just need the plates and machine parts. For this, we'll need those and machine parts, and for this, we'll need those machine parts and electronics components. Loaders require plates, machine parts, and electronics components, but they don't require each other. Plates. So it looks like everything else, there's no intermediate products, just the base products that we just produced. So, we want to automate any of our decor stuff? Probably not yet. Let's focus on just the essentials. Let us see. Starting off, let's just make an assembler or two. Let's do two. For platforms. These just require plates and rods. Building blocks, so I guess what they're actually called. So plates and rods, and off they go. So we do need to deal with getting products out. So let's actually bring this in. Is there anything that just requires electronics components out? Anything that requires electronics components also requires machinery parts. In fact, all three of these require just the same things. So electronics components, plates, and machinery parts, none of them require rods. In fact, all of these. So this, and this all require the same setup. And this is our last oddball. So I think what that means is that it would be a good idea to get our machine components over here. And then honestly, we don't... Do we even need the rods up here at all? Just for these, but after that, the rods are not used. So we can just swap them out. We already have 200 of those made. That is awesome. This is why we love automation. Alright. So let's kind of break this up into blocks. because if we cascade everything, if the first thing to produce is going to make all of it, or use all of it, yeah, we don't need rods for anything else. So let's split this into 3 branches. So we're going to need to do a 1 to 3 split, essentially, of all of these. Absolutely ruined my production line for a moment. Don't mind me. We don't need any more rods up here. We're gonna need to split. Honestly, these produce so fast that we'll fill up the container rather rapidly. So with a 2-way splitter, let's go 3 ways. We need to split. 3 is kind of a hard number to split 2. Perhaps we'll just do a 2-way split. So we'll do this stuff on one and then this stuff on another. Yeah, that sounds like a better idea. Then we're not going to automate power or any of this junk up here. So these, so this 5 and then these 4 will be their own production lines. So we're going to split everything in 2, which makes my math a lot easier, requires less components. And then we're essentially just going to make 2 different lines that are going to look the same. So we're going to have outputs in the back, so this will be machine parts. Give myself a little bit more space. Machine parts, output line. Assembler. Plates and electrical components. Machine parts. Plates. And this is essentially going to just be a mirror, so we're going to go over one. We want to leave one space in between, just for some, like, walkway. Oops, out of the conveyors. Go, and then what we'll do is we'll actually just move this splitter into this space in the middle. More space. Now I'm regretting giving myself this extra space. Nope, we're not going to give myself this extra space, because then it's going to look unsymmetrical and awful. We don't need to. Efficiency. Right. Slope up. Slope down. go. This one. Oh. It's 2 spaces there, so 2. Up, down. Keep with the consistency of placing these control panels towards the middle. There we go. That is our entire feed line split and done. Deal with outputs individually. So here we are going to start our... So we're going to have one assembler just for conveyors. This is just going to make conveyors to make conveyors. Then we'll have another one that makes conveyors to make other things out of conveyors later on. So we're going to treat conveyors like an intermediate product eventually, but these two just require plates, parts, electronic components, plates, parts for electronic components. So we're going to just do those real quick. Right. We've automated belts, loaders, and lawn loaders. This one is going to make assemblers. Now we have an assembler for assemblers. Self-replicating machines. It's a beauty. We absolutely need to as well. We can add like a secondary line feeding this. I suspect plates will always be the limiting factor. Like I said, that's kind of okay, because this factory will run in bursts when we expand. It's not going to run constantly. Alright. So, let's supplement its production a bit. So here, we will build the rest of our simple factories. So this will be some more fish, the drone miners, logistics containers, and smelters. Fairly simple ones. These are just going to be essentially mirrors of that one. Go, and then we need to deal with belts. So the rest of the belt products require belts themselves, which complicates things just a little bit. So we need to make belts, and then we're going to need to, instead of have plates available, just resupply belts to each of these things. So we need 1, 2, 3 more. Yeah, 3 more assemblers, and we should be good. Oh, and it looks like we have that. I want to leave one gap. Looks so dense, though. Yeah, we don't need the gap. 1, 2, 3. A few more. These. Just kind of clean this up, add a little bit of extra space. Alright, so here's what I was saying about that. We're going to add that. I'm going to tell you to make belts. And instead of putting plates on the line, we're going to put belts on the line. In goes plates. Out. Out comes belts. This one, I'm gonna make slopes. That just requires belts and machine components, and then this one requires belts, machine components, and electrical components to make splitters. And that should be all of our products that we need to automate automation. Well, it's going to be kind of hard to see because all of our belts be consumed earlier on in the process. And kind of, we don't even have that many on us. It is working though. Grab some spare belts or plates, and then we can properly demo how this all should work. Okay, it looks like we are actually using all of the products we're producing already, so it just shows how quickly you can expand. Totally blew in production for a few minutes while that restarts, but that'll be okay. We come down here and fill you up. Should see we get some belts out, and that makes a sloped belt. That will make... we give it some more belts ourselves. That will make our splitters. Awesome. So now that we have all of this being produced, we need somewhere to store all this stuff. So let's see, how many total products do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we need 10 containers and a whole bunch more belts. So we need to now take all of the stuff that we're making, put it somewhere. So essentially we're just going to come behind these first 3. So those are the 3 that make products we want to extract. The last 2. Each of these to be an output. The other side, same. And now we need to open up some space to build our actual warehouse. So we have our storage. Oops. Reorient how that stuff works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Space. I lost track of where that was, so we're just gonna guess. There we go. So that is a spot for each of those things. Feed. It's these things as well. Then it's just a lot of belt routing. Unfortunately, we're going to have to go down a level as well with all of these. So we're going to need a bunch of ramp pieces. Keep the closest one as far over as possible. There we go. Now our platforms are being automatically fed into our warehouse over here. And we just keep going down and doing the same. So if we can do you, one of you. Out by one. This is belts. Oh, it will route over things automatically. Unfortunately, we don't want to route over that. Let's do that. Looks like we might have to do some belt layering as well to make it all fit. These two are chewing up all the plates. They're coming down the line. Come on. Fill up. It's gonna take a minute. Grab some spare plates. I think we're already going to need to work on our second furnace stack in the next episode, because we are very quickly overwhelming our supply. Might actually have to remove this one and do it a little bit differently as well. First belt routing begins. We have 3 dimensions this time. Don't even need that slope anymore for doing this. That. Could just have one more over here. There we go. Then we just need to get these last 4 in. On the other side. We do that, or... Might actually be better to go under for these 4. Instead of over. Be a lot of tunneling, but otherwise we're going to have to build quite the bridge. So it's getting a little long. I am just going to show you the way this is going to go, and then I will do the cursed belt weaving off camera. Then we'll pick up next episode, ready to begin some more research, and get right into our first few galactic market things. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is just straight over this way. I guess we didn't even strictly need to go down that extra layer. Probably best that we did, though. Yeah, this one's going to be that. This one is going to be that. Essentially. There we go. That is how each of those will come over to this side. Oops. And let's just finish it off real quick. No point leaving a job half done. It's only a short trip over. In fact, I think we can actually research this. Oh, that's 50 science specs. We might get done before that gets done, but it would make this a little bit faster. Come on. How wide is this platform? There we go. One more. There we go. That's on its way over. And let's just get this dirt out the way. This has been an enjoyable game so far. Kind of following the same pattern I do in my average Factorio run, where I focus on, making some automated belts, automated inserters, automated assemblers, at least the basic stuff. I do know that there's better stuff we get in not too long, so I'm not going to be surprised when all this stuff becomes outdated, but at least we'll have it, and it will be in a centralized location, so we can use more of it later on. Looks like our better drill is just about done. Oh, so much better. Actually noticeably faster. Let's grab myself that next inventory adjustment. Almost there. Last little bit. There we go. That should be the bottom layer. That. Do that. Then we need slopes down, so. Hitboxes. All right. That should be all of these plumbed in. Just because it's bothering me, let's just make sure I invented this. And so plates. There we go. Now, we have a nice little area where we can go pick everything we might need up. Those plates back. Sort the inventory real quick. So yeah, we've got our plates, our rods, foundations, belts, and then all of this, I'm sure, will fill up in due time. As mostly we just wait for xenoferrite plates to filter their way through, as we need a lot more plates. Our research is still also producing. We do... I guess we're not able to yet. Oh, that's right. We were going to research this. So next time when we come back, that'll be done researching. And we can start our first interplanetary production line. So, thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed watching. Actually, get the thumbnail shot over here. I've been Level 36. Please leave a comment if you've noticed I've done something silly. If you've enjoyed, like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. Lets me know you're enjoying the new series. It's a little different than our Stationeers playthrough. A lot more focused on automation. So hoping that soon we'll have a giant, sprawling factory producing all of the resources and robots, selling them on the Galactic market. Anyway, thank you, and I'll see you all next time.